Hey folks, here's a lesson on several tunes from The Dark Side of the Moon by Pink Floyd. We're going to start out with Breathe. Okay, so we got an E minor. We're going to start up with kind of a rake from the bottom. Down, up, down, up, down, up. Okay, so that's our first thing. So we got down, up, down, up, down, up to A. So we're going to that 3 on the second string there. Down, up, down, up, down, 3, 2. And those are on upstrokes, the 3 and the 2. Back to E minor. You can do a little trick here. We get an E minor 9 going with that 4th fret bass. And if you kind of go back, it kind of sets you back up in your E minor because we're kind of missing that bass that the guitar has. But it's kind of a cool little addition to add in there. Then I did a little fill. So I went up to the 9s up here and I'm muting the other string. So I got my thumb up here touching that big one and I'm kind of draping this one down to touch that second one, so we only hear, I could strum all the strings but only hear those 2 9s, 7s, and then 6 and 5, and that's on the 3rd string and 1st. So we got okay, so that's our basic thing for the first part of that and the verse. Now there's different fills. So you could make your own fills with some of those little double stop things, those 9s and 7s and the 6/5. You might experiment around with a little bit with that, have some fun with that. He did different things all the time, of course. So we're getting into this. Now we're going to get into the change here. We're going to go to a C major 7, 5, 4, 5, 3. So down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Now we're going to go to B minor, 4, 4, 3, 2. And then F major 7, 3, 2, 1, open. And then G. Kind of like 2 beats there, and then we're going to go. So that's 2 kind of strange chords. This is a D7 raised 9. 4, 5, 6 is what we're playing. It's a 4, 5, 4, like a D shape on those bigger strings. 1 strum each on those. So from the G, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're back. So if we look at those again, we got C major 7. And we're back into the E minor. And that's basically what's going on in that song. So there's some options we could do up here. We could do a C major 7 up here on the 10th fret with these 12s below it. And then B minor, 9 on the top with 7s barred. Then F major 7. G. And that raised 9, flat 9. So the reason for this, there's no C bass in that one. So if we came up here and we get this C in the bass, it kind of makes that chord sound a little bit more interesting. So that's why I gave you an option for doing that one. So again, that was the 10th fret, and then 12, 12, 12, barred with that ring finger. And then B minor is 9 on the big one with 7s. And then they each have their bass, their proper bass note to go with them. So they're a little bit harder, but if you wanted to get like kind of that extra credit, make that extra cool sound, try that out. And then F major 7 obviously has its bass note, that 3 right there, that F. And G sounds plenty full like that. Okay, then we're moving on to Time, the next song on the album. This is going to have an F sharp minor chord, so you have 2s barred in the bottom 3 strings with a 4 up here in the 4th string. So we're going to go up to this A bar chord. Then E major. Back to the F sharp minor. So our strum is like boom, down, up, down, down, up. Now we could also finger pick this one. So that's kind of the standard Travis picking thing of the outsides first, and then 3, 2. As far as string numbers, we got 4 and 1, and then 3, 2, 4, 1, 3, and that's your pattern. So outsides, 3, 2, 4, 1, 3. And it's like 1, 2, and 3, and 4. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Same thing for A. Okay, so that's the main verse part of the song. Now we're going to go to a D major 7 chord and an A major 7 chord. Now this third time we're going to this C sharp minor, 6, 6, 5, 4. So we're going. And then B minor, down 2 frets, 4, 4, 3, 2. And then E major. And then you'd be back to that. So let's look at that turnaround again. So we got D major 7, A major 7. That goes twice, and we got one more D major 7. We're off to C sharp minor, B minor, and you could get a little kind of a bass riff, 5 to 4 to 2, and the 2 would be your E major chord. So it'd be like. Okay, so we could also finger pick that. Okay, one more thing we could do with this tune is on this D major 7, like we did with the C up here in the 10th fret, we could take that to the 12th fret and we go. And we can go to this A major 7. So that's 7, 6, 5, 4, like a staircase, look at me. Back to D major 7. Back to D major 7. Now here we have these 9s. That's going to be our C sharp minor with 11 on top. Down 2 for the B minor. back to E. Okay, so you got all those options. You could even finger pick this. Kind of hard to get this one quick. Okay, now one thing at the end of this song, the last time we go through these chords, we get into the C sharp minor, we get into the B minor, we're gonna hit the B minor again, B minor to F major 7, and then we're back to E minor, breathe, reprise. So we're back into this. Okay, so it has all its changes. It's going to have its C major 7, B minor, F major 7, G, and then the raised 9 to flat 9, end on B minor this time. And that takes us into that on the run kind of sound effects tune. Then when we come out of that, we're going to go ahead into Us and Them. Okay, so that's a chord where you have these 2 5s barred, and then you have the 7th fret of the G string. And our picking is, and I suggest having all different fingers for this. So strings 4, 3, 2, 3, 1, 3, 2, 3. We'll do that twice. Now same chord is going to go up 2 frets. Now we're going to have, so this is an interesting one. We have open and then 9 and 9 and then 8 on the bottom. And then we're going to go to a D shape on the 7th fret. Back to the original chord. Okay, so that's basically the whole verse part. So we got up 2, and then we got that 10, 10, and 9. 7, 8, 7. Back. And yeah, and I said 9, 9, 8 on that one earlier. I meant 10, 10, and 9. It's a little, the dots are different than my guitar, so it makes it a little confusing sometimes. It's a cool little riff there where he does like a triple kind of chromatic pull off. Kind of a little cool little trick. That kind of thing. So after we get through this a couple times, we're just gonna do those first 4 notes here. And we're gonna have 3 on the 2nd string, 2. This is a little bass walk down to get us into some new chords. So 3, 2, B minor, B minor, A, G major 7, 2 on the bottom, C, back to B minor, B minor, A, G major 7, C, and then we we basically just do that same stuff the rest of that song. You can do have a little fun with some picking in there when you pull that little 7 out. That kind of thing. So do this walk down once again. B minor. Okay, then it goes into any color you like, and I'm just going to give you the first 2 basic chords. They jam out on a 2-chord thing for a while. It's D minor 7, open 2, 1, 1. You could do D minor. D minor 7 is a little bit cooler. So open 2, 1, 1, so you get... And then G7, which is just 1 on the bottom. Okay, so that's basically it for that one. There's some cool changes at the end, but we're not going to get into all that. Okay, so then we have Brain Damage and Eclipse coming up next. Okay, so we have that same type of picking thing. We got the outside ones, and then 3, 2, 4, 1, 3. And it sounds like 1, 2, and 3, and 4. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. So it does the D a bunch of times to get started. Then we're going to go to G7. Do that a couple times. Then we're going to take that D up 2 frets. And then we're going to hit this A7. 2's like an A chord, but with a 3 on the bottom. Back to D. So that part's a little tricky. We'll talk about that in a minute. So we got D to G7 twice. Up to an E with a D bass. We got that A7. So that's the tricky part. So we got, think about that first part. Now we're going to hit that 3rd string, and then we're going to go to an open on the bottom. So check out the tab on that one, that helps out. See how once I got that 2 out, it kind of just stays, kind of has a repeating pattern there. So it starts on the 3rd string, ends on that 3rd string. So 3, 1, 4, 2, 3, 1, 4, 2, 3. Okay, and then we're gonna have D chord, D7, 2, 1, 2. So let's take a look at all that again. So we'll get into like the last part of this thing. We'll go up to the E, A7, D with that riff. So So the first time you hit that thing, you go back into a whole another series of verse stuff. But the second time you go, get ready to go into like the chorus. D, D7, G, A. Could do that little guy there, and then C. Back to G. A again. C. Then we got G, B minor, so 2 beats each. So we got G to B minor, 2 beats each. Then we got E minor. Then we got A with that little sus riff back and forth. So that was G to A, C, back to G, G again, A, C, G, B minor, E minor, A sus, and then you're back. Okay, so that's basically all the parts of that. So at the end of the song, we're gonna have that picking thing. We're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So we change the time signature into like 6. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. We're going to C, 3, 1, 2, 3, B flat, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, A7. So that's Eclipse, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, B flat, A7. And it just does that a bunch of times to go along with the words. The very last time, B flat, instead of going A7, slow down a little bit, end on D. Okay, so that was Dark Side of the Moon by Pink Floyd. Hope you all dug that. Thanks for watching Damon's Baritone Uke Joint. Let me know if you have any requests. Please like and subscribe for more lessons, and we'll talk to you soon. All right, this is a request for Sue in Australia. Hey, Sue, thanks for watching. This is going to be Shine On You Crazy Diamond, several of the different parts by Pink Floyd. So we have that great riff. It starts it all off right there. So this is at about 3 minutes and 40 into this long track. We have an 8 on the big one, then we have a 6 on the second string, and then we have an open G and an open E down here. So now the timing on this, you wait a really long time. You go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So you can kind of estimate it, or you could try to count all those sets of threes, but it does that twice. So 2 really long waits, and then your wait period becomes less, and it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So your sets of threes become just 3 sets. So the second set of threes, the one you start counting, is really where that open string is. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then you do it again. And we're gonna have 4 little pieces like that, and on the last one, we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. So we got 5 sets of 2s. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, so it ends up being 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 hits on this one, and then the 12th hit is this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And when you hit that one, you could hit this high chord up here. This is 10 and 11 on the second string. So once again, we got from the 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. then you go back to, and then one of these again. And then we're going to change here. So we did the 8, 6, open G, and then this 4 right here. We're going to go to that E flat chord, 1, 3, and 4. So it ends up being, and then chord, dum, 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 kind of a 4 to 3 to the D chord, and then we can have that. And we're back to here. Okay, and then a solo starts, and we can continue doing this every now and again. And that solo, and eventually we're going to go first 3 notes to this C chord with the 5s, and then again riff. And then it doesn't really do the dun dun dun, but it kind of has a stop there, so it's like C, C, so it does that a couple times, and then we're gonna have 8. That's an E flat down to the 7s. Different way to do an E flat and D. Okay, so we have our 8s here, E flat, D. Then we're gonna have a new progression here. We got G minor. Then we're moving that bass down to 4, down to 3, down to 2, and you stay on those 3s on the bottom strings. Okay, so that was the E flat major to D. We'll do that twice. You could just do this 1, 3, 4. And then we're gonna go back to a G minor, and that starts the synthesizer solo. So that'll put us, our next part is gonna be into the verse. So let's take a look at what we did so far. So we got, like I said, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sets of 3s to wait till you come back in. You do that one again. Like I said, this starts at 3:40 into the song. And then we go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So just 3 sets of 3s you gotta wait. We end up doing that like 4 times, and on the 4th one, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. After that 1, you got this power chord, 3 and 5. Into the 5 and 7. So it's 10 of these, and then the 11 into 12 is those 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You got that cool high chord up there, 10 and 11. And then we're going to have main riff again with the high chord. Then the main riff goes down to 4. We have this new chord. And then 4 goes to the 3, part of a D chord. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And we got. And then, like I say, a solo starts up in here, and you just kind of wait around a while, and you can feel where you come in for that. And it does a couple of those, and then you're gonna go C chord, back to the riff, do dee do. So only 3 notes of the riff. You kind of stop, and then we'll go back to G minor for a second. Riff. Now this time we're gonna go riff into the 8s, E flat, down to the 7s, D, and then we got the G minor. There's another riff that goes with this little descending bass one. It goes, so you can hit the chord and then go 3, 5, 7, back to 5 on the G string, and then you go to the next chord, same riff, and then 3s. Hold that one, kind of wait till the last second to go down to that chord. So it'd be. have E flat to D. You could do this easier, E flat, 1, 3, 4. And then we go to G minor. That starts the synthesizer solo. So now we're going to come back in at the verse. This is going to be when you were young. And you could throw that little remember when you were young. You could throw that little first riff in there if you want. Shone like the sun. Ba-dum, da-dum. So we have G minor, F sharp major, 4, 3, 2. Quicker to B flat there. And the B flats can also go da-dum, da-dum. So, verse. Now we're going to go 3, 4, 3, little D shape down here in the bottom 3 strings. To the 3s. Now to part of a C minor, 5, 5, and 4 in the bigger strings. To the B flat, 3s up here. So we got. Then F. And at the very end, boom, boom, 3 to 4, back to the G bass. F sharp. B flat, da-dum, da-dum. Hold the F. Now we're going to the next part. We got that G minor descending. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. Bum, bum, bum. Go walk into the E flat. Now we're going to go C7, 5, 3, 5, 3, B flat. Then we're going to go, so that's open, 5, 3, 2. We're going to kind of wait for the 2. Kind of do a back and forth there. And then we're going to go, bring the 4 in on the bass, go all the way to the top and do a D, do, D. So it's like a do, D, do, D, do, D, G minor. We got a solo there with the same chords. Doesn't really hit the da-dum, da-dum that much that time because the lead's taken over. Boom, boom. Then we got a verse over the same chords. You got your ba-dum, da-dum. So there's 2 sets of verses there. I'll go ahead and skip this part and go to the next thing. We got G minor. Okay, so this is coming into the cool arpeggio part. So here we have a sax solo begin, and we do that little doo-dee-dum-dum. And like the very first time, we got to wait all those sets, 7 sets of 3s. But this next time, we're going to come in, flip to this finger, and we're going to start this new thing. So we did the first 3 notes, and if you switch to the middle finger up here, it sets you up for this new thing. So to be like 8, 6, open on the G. Then we have a new thing. We have open on the bottom and then 6 over here and then the 8 on top. And then we come down to this 8 on the bottom. 8, 6, 8 and 10, 6, 8. So we go back to that 8. So we got. So let's take that real slow. We got 0, 6, 8. 8, 6, 8, 10, 6, 8, back to 8, 6, 8. So let's try it. I'll say a 3 count. 1, 2, 3. So you end up doing this 10 times in a row. Now the next part, we're going to flip this around to 6 on the bottom and 8 and 8. And it actually the first time kind of goes. So dee dee doo dee dum dum. So that one's a 5, 8, 8, 6, 8, 8. So we got. If you wanted to play it safe with that one, you just could go. Because the second time it just does that. Now we take everything down to the 5 and 7s. So that went down to the 4, so it's going to go 4, 5, and then 6, 5, 4, 5, and then we flip it again. We do that 10 times again, and then we have. Down 1, 6, 5, 4, 3, and then this time we do like 10 or 12 of them, and it ends up fading out. So that ends up being the whole thing. So Shine On You Crazy Diamond, several of the parts, that was for Sue in Australia. Thank you again, Sue, for the request. Let me know, everybody, if you have requests. And thanks for watching. I got a tab coming for this one, so we'll see you soon. Thanks a lot.